All right, let's just dive right into this explainer. Today we're doing something really special. We are going to transform the very first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita from what you might think of as just an ancient, revered text into a deeply personal, incredibly cinematic mirror of your own modern life. Because, we so often look at these epic texts as distant, dusty histories. But the truth? The truth is that the battle lines drawn thousands of years ago are the exact same ones you and I face every single morning.
I want you to just take a second and take a really slow, deep breath. Have you ever felt that visceral, throat-tightening panic? That moment where the sheer weight of your responsibilities, your relationships, or your career feels so unbelievably heavy that you just want to drop your weapons, turn around, and walk away. Well, that personal battlefield, that overwhelming everyday struggle, that is your Kurukshetra.
And what's truly fascinating here is how this completely reframes our understanding of the text. The Gita isn't just some religious relic meant to be worshipped from afar. It's actually a highly practical, deeply psychological guide. It literally validates human depression, profound anxiety, and the complete breakdown of the ego, long before it even attempts to offer spiritual awakening. It's really the ultimate answer to every dilemma we're navigating today.
Section 1. The Kurukshetra of Life. 18. That is how many chapters make up this epic text. But today, we are focusing solely on the very first one. Why? Because you can't truly find the solution until you fully understand the problem. This entire first chapter, often called Arjuna Vishada Yoga, or the Yoga of Arjuna's Dejection, is entirely dedicated to unpacking the anatomy of human despair. It's this profound acknowledgement that before any cosmic energy and wisdom can flow into you, you absolutely must confront your deepest fears first.
Section 2. Assessing the challenges. Before the actual swords clash, the text shows us two drastically different mindsets analyzing the exact same problem. Think about it. Both sides are staring down a terrifying, massive obstacle, but their internal reactions couldn't be more opposed. On one side, you have Duryodhana. He treats this impending war like a cold, calculated corporate risk assessment. He's tallying up his assets, boasting about his invincible warriors, and operating purely on arrogance. But on the other side is Arjuna. He approaches the conflict with careful observation, deep empathy, and this incredibly heavy burden of consequence. He isn't just crunching numbers, he's feeling the profound human cost.
Section 3. The Battle Cry. Preparing for War.
Picture this. As the two massive armies face off, the eerie silence is suddenly shattered by the Shankhanad, a deafening roar of conch shells piercing the air. In ancient times, this was a terrifying battle cry, right? A way for warriors to hype themselves up for the brutal reality ahead. But let's bring that into our world. What are your modern conch shells? When you're about to step into a massive presentation, a tough conversation, or a huge life shift, how do you prepare? Maybe it's blasting your favorite inspiring music, dropping into deep meditation to channel that cosmic energy, or calling up a mentor. Those are your conch shells, doing the exact same thing, preparing your mind for the challenge.
Section 4. The chariot in the middle. So the battlefield is set, and what Arjuna does next is honestly incredibly courageous. He commands his charioteer to drive directly into the terrifying center of the conflict. He doesn't hide safely in the back. He demands to be placed right in the dead center of the chaos. But, and this is crucial, he doesn't go there alone. He goes with Krishna, addressing him as Achyuta, meaning the infallible, the unshakable one. By placing that chariot in the middle, Arjuna forces himself to objectively face his massive problems. But because he chose Krishna as his guide, he is firmly anchoring himself to the ultimate truth. It's such a powerful lesson. You have to face your challenges head-on, for sure, but you must do it anchored to your core spiritual truths.
Section 5. War against our own. Standing in that center, though, brings a devastating realization. As Arjuna looks out at the enemy, he realizes the people he has to destroy to win aren't monsters. They're his own beloved family, his respected grandfathers, the very teachers who taught him how to hold a bow. And this ancient grief, it translates so perfectly into our modern reality. In life, achieving true success or breaking toxic cycles often means battling our own internal attachments. Fighting your grandfathers and teachers, that's like having to challenge the outdated traditions or limiting beliefs you were raised with. Fighting brothers is sacrificing your own personal comfort zones. The war is rarely against some external villain. Actually, scratch that. The most brutal war is almost always against our own comfortable, familiar attachments. And the sheer weight of this realization completely shatters him. Arjuna looks at the cost and utters this heartbreaking truth. I desire neither victory, nor kingdom, nor pleasures. I mean, what is the point of conquering the world if it costs you your soul, your inner peace, and the people you love? It's a profound, agonizing moment of spiritual doubt that makes us question the very nature of what we call worldly success.
Section 6. Arjuna's Despair and Us. This overwhelming grief brings us to a meticulously detailed description of what is, essentially, a very real, modern-day psychological breakdown. Think about it. The greatest, most invincible warrior in ancient history suffers a complete physical and mental collapse. His limbs give way, his mouth dries up, his body is uncontrollably trembling, his skin feels like it's burning, and his legendary bow, the Gandiva, literally slips from his hands. This ancient text is incredibly validating. It's recognizing the severe, paralyzing anxiety we too feel in our darkest hours. It tells us that even the absolute strongest among us can be broken by the weight of the world.
But what makes this moment so profound is the actual root cause of his panic. Arjuna isn't scared of dying. No way. His deep, spiritual anxiety stems from a profound sociological understanding. He realizes that a war driven purely by greed, where family fights family, will destroy the Kula Dharma, the core traditions and moral fabric of society itself. He knows that when greed divides us, the foundational values that hold humanity together are just lost for generations. He is paralyzed by the sheer, devastating collateral damage of his actions.
So, the ultimate takeaway from this whole explainer is this. Arjuna's breakdown is not a display of cowardice. It's the exact opposite. It is the beautiful, painful birth of profound empathy and compassion. You see, the universe simply cannot pour wisdom into a cup that is already completely full of arrogance and ego, like Duryodhana's. Arjuna's despair is the necessary clearing of his ego. It turns his soul into an empty, ready vessel, preparing him to receive the ultimate cosmic energy and guidance that's going to come in the next chapters.
As we wrap up this journey through the anatomy of human despair, I want to leave you with a really cinematic, provocative question to ponder. When the pressure just becomes too much, when your own anxiety forces you to drop your weapons, and you feel like you literally cannot take another step forward in your personal battlefield, who will you trust to guide your chariot? Thank you so much for exploring this profound chapter with me. Take some time to reflect on your own battlefield. Find your unshakable truth, and I'll see you in the next explainer.